Well, the other big story we're watching today, interviews for the new NPA boss will be open to the media. That's after lobby group Right to Know won a legal challenge. Now, the court ordered that an open and transparent process must be followed. Interviews with the shortlisted candidates will begin at the union buildings this morning. Well, joining us this morning is Freedom Under Law's Nicole Fritz to tell us what this actually means. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning.
And I suppose, yes, granting the media access or granting the media the freedom to be part of the process and to show it is a win for us, but how does it benefit the public? How does it benefit the people, South Africans, to actually have the media in that process?
Well, I think it's of enormous benefit. I mean, what it allows is public scrutiny. We're allowed to observe the questioning, the calibre of the candidates that come out. We will, we'll not necessarily be privy to the deliberations of the panel, but we will then potentially know the recommendations that are put to the president, the person that is then selected by the president or appointed NDPP. And I think what it allows for is a much more rigorous, robust process. It allows for the public to have confidence that the person appointed is a person who should be appointed, who is fit and proper, who shows the requisite traits of independence, independent-mindedness, impartiality, is scrupulously honest, a person of integrity. And I think that allows trust to be restored for the public, and that's incredibly important. I think in any type of process of this kind, but particularly when we're looking at the National Prosecuting Authority and the head of the National Prosecuting Authority, the fact that the President acknowledged that there has been so much instability in this institution, that his objective was to restore leadership, integrity and stability. I think that this is a process that helps allow for such a return.
So we get to watch this happening live on TV, or we get to hear it live on radio as well, but does it allow the public to be able to challenge what we see? Say, the person that was least appropriate for the post does get it. What then would the public be allowed to do or say about it? I mean, it's one thing being able to watch it, but what say do you have, even though you're watching it?
No, sure. So I think what has to be understood is that, the Constitution gives the President the powers to make the appointment. And he and his, I think, wisdom has set up this process. Again, I think to try and restore levels of confidence, the public's trust in the National Prosecuting Authority. So the President has a fairly broad measure of discretion in terms of who he ultimately appoints. And it's not as if, because the public thinks that there might be a better candidate, that their, opinion weighs more heavily. But if that person is demonstrably not a fit and proper person for this office, and that has been evidenced in the interviews, then I think that would support a potential challenge to the appointment of such a person.
And in a way, it probably forces those involved in the process to make the right decisions.
Well, exactly. No, and we know that open and transparent process absolutely compels a better, more robust engagement and appointment process.
Now, Nicole, we understand that there might be a bit of a sticking point this morning before that process begins as to how many media houses you actually allow. I mean, what would be the basis for that decision? How would you decide who gets to be in there and who doesn't?
No, and I mean, I see that they've allocated 20 places, and I have to say I don't envy who the decision maker there as to allocation of seats, yes. But hopefully a representative sample of the media houses.
One person per media house and a cameraman or whatever it is. Okay, thanks very much for that. Well, we'll be watching closely to see who fits the bill, who is likely to be the next National Director of Public Prosecutions. That's Freedom Under Law's Nicole Fritz, just explaining to us what the benefits of having the media there are actually in this process.